Brennan Walker, a 14-year-old boy from Michigan, says that a homeowner shot at him and missed after Walker knocked on the man's door to ask for directions to school. Jeffrey Ziegler, a retired Detroit firefighter who was injured on duty, is accused of being the man who shot at Walker in Rochester Hills, Michigan, a Detroit area suburb. The case has generated outrage and gone viral on social media because Walker is black and Ziegler is white, so it's being highlighted as an example of possible racial profiling. Rochester Hills is a suburb of Detroit. Here's what you need to know. 1. Walker knocked on Ziegler's door when he became lost on the way to school. Brennan Walker has given his account of the shooting incident, in which he was not injured, to the Detroit area news media. The story involves Ziegler's wife as well as the retired firefighter, although only Jeffrey Ziegler has been charged. According to the Associated Press, the teenager alleges that he knocked on the Ziegler door to get directions to school around 8:20 a.m. On April 12, 2018. A woman in the home, Ziegler's wife, is accused of calling 911 and alleging that her husband had chased a black male who tried to break in. Brennan Walker missed his school bus because he woke up late, so he decided to walk to Rochester High School, according to the AP, which reported that Walker says he lost his way in the Christian Hills subdivision and ended up knocking on Ziegler's door. I got to the house and I knocked on the lady's door, he told WJBK-TV. Walker told the television station that the woman demanded to know, "Why are you trying to break into my house?" Walker continued to WJBK, "I was trying to explain to her that I was trying to get directions to Rochester High and she kept yelling at me." Then the guy came downstairs and he grabbed the gun. I saw it and started to run. And that's when I heard the gunshot. She didn't really give me a chance to speak a lot, and I was trying to tell her that I go to Rochester High and I was looking for directions, Brennan told the New York Times. A few moments later the guy came downstairs and he grabbed the shotgun. 2. Ziegler is a retired firefighter with a previous gun charge, according to the Oakland County Sheriff's Department. Ziegler was arraigned on assault with intent to murder and felony firearm. Ziegler is being held in the local jail, which gives his age as 53. During a brief arraignment in court, he told the court that he was last employed in 2014 and worked as a lieutenant for the Detroit Fire Department, an agency where he worked for more than 2 decades. "That was the day I was injured at a house fire rescuing 3 kids," he told the court of his last day on the job, which was in 2014. He does have a past criminal history, and it involves weaponry. In 2004, police in Warren, Michigan, arrested Ziegler on accusations that he shot at a car in a road rage incident on I-696, Fox 2 Detroit reported. He pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor in that case, according to the television station. There was also a call for family trouble to the Ziegler home in February, Fox 2 Detroit reported. The court has entered a not guilty pleas on Ziegler's behalf. Pre-trial services presented some additional details of Ziegler's background during the arraignment. He is married and has 2 children, the judge was told, and he's lived in the area for a long time, at his current home for 14 years and 20 years living in Oakland County, Michigan. He said he had family ties in Louisiana. His wife indicated she had never had any concerns with her husband drinking. He was not considered a risk of flight. 3. Surveillance video backs up Brennan's story, and the sheriff expressed anger over this disturbing event during the court arraignment. The prosecutor said she had concerns for the safety of the public due to the underlying circumstances. I have concerns about the veracity of the defendant, the prosecutor told the court. She asked that Ziegler not be allowed to return to Rochester Hills so the victim couldn't run into the defendant even by happenstance. She said surveillance video that captured the incident backs up Walker's account, not Ziegler's. The surveillance video has not been released to the public. Oakland County, Michigan Sheriff Michael Bouchard released a statement expressing anger over what happened to Walker. I feel so bad for this mom and young man, and I'm incredibly angry at this disturbing event in our county, state and country. We will seek all applicable charges. There is no world where this is acceptable, he said. It's disgusting, it's disturbing, and it's unacceptable on every level, the sheriff told the New York Times, adding that security footage captured the incident and showed that Ziegler was not terribly weapons competent. Detroit branch NAACP President Rev. Dr. Wendell Anthony released a lengthy statement condemning the incident. "50 years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. diagnosed for the nation its most dangerous and deadly spiritual ulcer. Yet today, there are still too many in our communities who have failed to heed his prescription to see our character because they are too blinded by our color," he wrote. The statement continued, according to young Mr. Walker, after he knocked on the door for directions, he stepped back, a lady came to the door and started yelling, "Why are you trying to break into my house?" He indicated he was simply asking for directions. Herein lies the assumption. He is of black youth, at a white door, in a suburban neighborhood, therefore he must be trying to break in. Immediate reaction, grab your gun, shoot first, ask questions later. 4. Brennan Walker's mother is furious over what happened, and his father is deployed in Syria. Jeffrey Ziegler is charged with assault with intent to murder after allegedly shooting at 14-year-old Brennan Walker. An Oakland Code. Judge set his bond at $50,000. Pic.twitter.com 08 Athens for Randy Wimley at RKNDYWFOX2, April 13, 2018. Brennan's father is currently deployed in Syria, his mother, Lisa Wright, told Fox 2 Detroit. One of the things that stands out, that probably angers me the most is, while I was watching the tape, you can hear the wife say, "Why did these people choose my house?" Wright alleged to the television station. Who are these people? And that set me off. We should not have to live in a society where we have to fend for ourselves. If I have a question, I should be able to turn to my village and knock on a door and ask a question. In court, Ziegler started talking about his side of the incident, saying, according to video of his arraignment, there's a lot more to the story than what's being told, and I believe that will come out in court. I was in bed yesterday morning, and my wife came screaming and crying. However, he did not say more at that time because the court informed him that the purpose of the hearing was merely an arraignment. Although he was given $50,000 bond and told not to go back to his house, according to AP, Ziegler told the judge, "I'd really like to stay in my home and keep my family together," Ziegler told the judge. "I promise to have no contact with the gentleman. 5. The shooting reminds some of another in Dearborn, Michigan sayer named Renisha McBride pick. Twitter.com JMEO5IC5S0, Bread at Bread February 12, 2018. Some people are drawing a comparison between the Walker incident and the shooting of Renisha McBride in 2013, although, in the case of McBride, she was killed. That shooting also occurred in suburban Detroit. McBride, 19, had knocked on homeowner Theodore Wafer's door. Wafer killed McBride with a shotgun on Nov. 2, 2013, when she knocked on his Dearborn Heights door after getting into a car accident. He said he shot McBride, who had been drinking prior to her accident, because he feared for his life when he heard loud banging on his door very early in the morning, NBC News reported. Wafer, 57, of Dearborn Heights, was convicted of second-degree murder, manslaughter and using a firearm in a felony, although he argued he was exercising self-defense, according to the Detroit Free Press.